Oh my. Um, um, this is my Money in the Bank pay-per-view review. I've never done a review immediately after a pay-per-view. This is maybe first time, only time, last time. And holy crap, what a pay-per-view it was. Whew, I'm still trying to calm down from the end, but I'll get to that part momentarily. Show started off with a Smackdown Money in the Bank ladder match. A very good match. Scary moment when Sin Cara was powerbombed through the ladder. It looked like he was going into conversions, whatever those things are. He had to be stretchered out. Never returned in the match. I liked how, everybody for like 45 seconds to a minute had advantage, was trying to win the match. The ending was very good with Wade Barrett, Daniel Bryan, and Cody Rhodes. Daniel Bryan had the label lock on Cody Rhodes on top of the ladder. Barrett was behind him trying to get the briefcase. Bryan drops Rhodes, elbows Barrett, then knocks him out with a kick, grabs the briefcase, wins the Money in the Bank contract. That was a very good way to start off the pay-per-view. Very well done. Fantastic way to start it off. Then the next match was Brie Bella against Kelly Kelly for the Divas title. It was a short match, which was good for this whole pay-per-view. Nothing special. Kelly Kelly got the win. She retains the belt. Like I said, nothing really special about that match. It's Kelly Kelly winning, retaining her belt. Next match, Big Show against Mark Henry, and this was the surprise of the night. This actually ended up being a decent match. This was a decent match. It told a very good story, I thought. Mark Henry and Big Show, they were just slugging at it. I liked how it ended when Mark Henry hit like 2 or 3 splashes on Big Show, got the win. Then after the match, he puts the chair on the ankle of the Big Show and basically hits a Vader bomb splash right on the chair that had Big Show's ankle. And that's going to be played out probably pretty well with Big Show. Maybe they'll do a storyline where he's out for a couple of weeks. They had to use this really big, golf cart mobile to get Big Show out of there. So, that was very well done. Then the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match. Wow. Wow. It starts off with everybody having a ladder. I'm not kidding. Everybody's got a ladder in the ring. And they all go after Del Rio. Eventually, Del Rio is sent to the floor, and they throw the ladders on top of Del Rio, sort of the spot they did last year with Big Show. So that was a good start. Then we get a scary moment in this match when Kingston and Miz are on the ladder. Del Rio moves the ladder. Kingston goes down. Miz goes down, but it looks like he may have blown his knee out in the match. And it looked legit. I mean, the knee, if you didn't see the pay-per-view, the knee was in an odd angle, was in a weird position. And fortunately, he didn't have to be stretchered out. So we keep going, and there's all these ladder spots, and in the ending is the last 5 minutes was fantastic. At one point, the other 7 guys have 5 ladders set up around the center of the ring, and they're all trying to get the briefcase. It's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Everybody's trying to get it. Everybody goes down. Then, all of a sudden, here comes the Miz. He's hobbling on one leg. He's doing his best Tiny Tim impersonation. He climbs the ladder, and then here comes Mysterio. He hits a sunset flip powerbomb on the Miz. That puts Miz out. Then Mysterio climbs the ladder as he's trying to get the briefcase. Del Rio comes up behind him and, couldn't get Mysterio down. So he tries and goes the other way on the ladder, goes on the other side, takes the mask of Mysterio off. And Mysterio goes to another ladder, and then all the ladders that were set up that were left basically got knocked down in the ring. And Del Rio climbed the ladder, grabbed the briefcase, won. A very good way to end that match. It was a little bit of expecting that Del Rio would win, but it was still a good ladder match with that one. And once again, the Raw guys and the Smackdown guys, they delivered in the Money in the Bank match. They really did for a second year in a row. It's very rare that you can say that any promotion can deliver on a signature match, let alone do it 2 years in a row. Then the World Heavyweight title, Randy Orton versus Christian. If Randy Orton got disqualified, Christian wins the belt. Now, when the ring announcer, was before both men came out, he only said that part. He didn't mention about the referee stipulation, where if it was bad officiating, then Christian would win the belt. This was another good match. I mean, this was probably the best match the both of them have had. The ending was brilliant. The ending was absolutely brilliant. Because Randy attempted the RKO. Christian got in the corner. Orton comes over. Christian spits in his face. I mean, it's a clear shot. Spit in his face. Orton loses it. He punches Christian. He breaks it up before the 5 count. And then as soon as Christian gets up, he kicks him low. It's a low blow. Ref calls for the bell. Christian wins the match, is the new world champion. Then, after the match, Orton goes crazy and he hits Christian with an RKO. And after that, he does his weird faces. Like he's gone bananas. And, Theodore Long is out there. Referees are out there trying to get him to go to the back. And then he comes right back, and he goes, hits Christian again, hits a second RKO. Now, both of those were on the Spanish announce table, and believe it or not, the tables didn't give out. So, Christian took 2 RKOs on a table. The table didn't give way. So, Orton is leaving, and the fans are chanting, Daniel Bryan! And I was sitting watching it, and I sort of knew to myself, they're not going to have him. As much as it would have been pretty funny, to have used the Money in the Bank contract on that situation, I knew they weren't going to do it because it was too soon. Plus, you sort of want at least one guy with possession of the briefcase for a while. And then we get to the main event. John Cena and CM Punk. Holy cow. This is a match of the year candidate. I'm calling it right now. CM Punk comes out. Huge ass ovation. I mean, one of the loudest pops I've ever heard in my life. I've been a fan for 21 years. I have never heard one guy come out like that. And then Cena comes out. It is the most hostile environment for one title match you will ever see in your life. And Booker T, in a way, he used this reference, and this was the best reference, and I was thinking of this during the match. If you'd ever seen Rocky IV, imagine that scene when Rocky Balboa is facing Ivan Drago in Russia. That's how hostile that environment was. And this match goes for over 30 minutes. This goes for over 30 minutes. These guys are busting their ass out there. And the ending was brilliant. Because Punk hits the go to sleep on Cena. Cena rolls on the outside. And Punk gets Cena into the ring. Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis come out to ringside, or they're actually in the entranceway. So as Punk gets in the ring, Cena hooks the STF on. And Vince is trying to, ring the bell, ring the bell. So Laurinaitis is sent to go over to ringside and tell the timekeeper to ring the bell. Cena sees it. He rolls out. He punches Laurinaitis, knocks him out. And then he goes over. He sees Vince McMahon, and he says, I'm not going to do it this way. So, he didn't want the screw job finish. Comes back in the ring. Punk hits the go to sleep. 1, 2, 3. A new WWE champion, CM Punk, wins the title on his last night in Chicago. And you think, okay, pay-per-view's over. Pay-per-view's done. No. Vince McMahon, who's pissed off, goes over to the announce table, takes Jerry Lawler's headset off. Usually it's Michael Cole, but for some reason he went after Jerry Lawler. So, he's got his hands over, and he's like, cut the music, send Del Rio out here, send him out. He's got to cash it in, So, music's cut, Punk's waiting. Here comes Del Rio. He's running out with the briefcase, and Punk just gives him this roundhouse kick. And, Vince McMahon is just stunned. Then Punk rolls out of the ring, and before he goes into the crowd, he waves goodbye to Vince McMahon, and he runs all the way up right into the crowd, leaving the arena as the pay-per-view comes to an end. Whew. So, what did I think of this pay-per-view? 2 freaking thumbs up. If I had more thumbs, there'd be, more thumbs up. This is like a 6 thumbs up pay-per-view. This was the pay-per-view of the year. I am calling it right now. This whole pay-per-view, from top to bottom, was brilliant. This was fantastic. And I was a little bit skeptical about getting it, only because I ordered the Capital Punishment pay-per-view the month before. But this pay-per-view, if you hated the Capital Punishment pay-per-view, totally makes up for that. And, both Money in the Bank ladder matches were unbelievable. I can't express any words that, have already been expressed, probably from other people that are, reviewing this pay-per-view. Punk versus Christian. Very good match. Loved the ending. Loved the aftermath of the match. And the WWE title match is going to go down right now. I'm saying this now. This is a match of the year candidate. And to be honest, I think it's going to go down as one of the greatest WWE title matches of all time. Punk and Cena busted their ass for over 30 minutes. The ending was great to that match. The ending to the pay-per-view was great. And my God, what is Raw going to be like tomorrow night? Because Cena is, technically, he's now fired. Because Punk left the building with the belt. Punk's the champion. What in the world is Vince McMahon going to do? What can I say? It was like all the stars were aligned. And everything that could go right went right, and it went even more. It just was probably the perfect pay-per-view. I can't believe I'm saying this. The pay-per-view just ended. I'm recording this. It's 11:18 right now. Pay-per-view ended probably a half hour ago. It's probably right now in my top 5 of all time pay-per-views. Maybe even top 3. Oh my God. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you have the money, if you have $50, order the replay this Tuesday night. Order the pay-per-view. Order the replay to see what happened. Or, if you want to play it safe, and I totally understand, wait for the DVD to come out. Then you can rent it, or you can buy it, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This was the pay-per-view of the year. Unless any other pay-per-view can beat it, And I really don't think any other pay-per-view can beat this one. Money in the Bank 2011, pay-per-view of the year, with maybe the match of the year in John Cena and CM Punk. Wow, what a pay-per-view. I gotta go rest up for tomorrow. Just a crazy but awesome pay-per-view.